Hello everyone and welcome back to a short EP review, and in this video I'm going to review Orgreave by Like Witch. This is an experimental industrial noise project coming out with a new cassette. I've talked about their previous release Ourselves Alone that they released on Flag Day Recordings, and it was a quite impressive release with a great set of field recordings and music concrete that was done in a very good way with great production and one of the better soundscapes in like any project out of the previous year. With this brand new release on Hostile One tapes, they have gone into a more aggressive sound in this one. The harsh noise segments are far more apparent in here, and like the feel, the aesthetic is quite darker on this one. But once again, the main thing, the focus still stands on this extremely nice production that is throughout both of the tracks. This short cassette release is 2 tracks going for about 10 minutes long each. And in my opinion, with these 2 tracks we get some of the better examples of experimental noise music, and actually one of the most detailed and one of the most well-crafted noise projects out of recent years, if not ever. The production of this thing, the sound, it is really crisp. It is so well detailed, it is so well crafted, it is amazing, and it's definitely awe-inspiring and mind-blowing. So with that release, I don't just want it on a cassette. I would love for this to be put on vinyl because I would love to hear the sound of this in grooves. It would make for an extremely good result in my opinion, as the album just has a big focus on just multiple sounds coming from different panic directions, and it also feels like it has lots of like references and sounds to analog sort of noise. The 2 tracks have one thing in common, and this is the blasting and mind-bendingly crashing insane, heavily distorted bass drop that it's repeated throughout most of the segments on these songs. It goes into a standard route, always playing in this really high tension. It is loud, the sound of it is crashing, it's intense, and the great thing is how the rest of the surroundings are being built up. In the first occasion, while we start with some field recordings, we get straight into the point, having the blasting bass surrounded by multiple textures of noise and field recordings, creating an industrial feel, a sort of industrial soundscapes, really materialistic in a sense, having an emphasis of junk metal abuse noise. And it's after the 6th minute where we seem to get a bit of a break, having spoken word samples about Riot while also creating an unsettling tone with the ambience and the sounds in the whole background. And then the track ends in its last minute with an explosive set of torturous noise textures. On the other hand, the second half seemed like it would go more into the field recordings and music concrete direction, with all of those messy and multiple industrial soundscapes creating a quite claustrophobic feel. On the 3rd minute mark, you also hear an alarm sound in the background, making things even more, let's say, alarming. And then this is where halfway towards the song we get once again into this really heavy and punchy bass drop sound that repeats itself over and over, and having lots of great sounds surrounding it, which in this occasion with the second track they go much more into noise feedback, which in some points it feels like it's created out of aux cords being plugged in and plugged out, and then later towards the song you have sounds of like sine waves of microphone feedback. The impressive thing with this release is that nothing feels overblown or over exaggerated in the mix. Everything just sounds and feels so balanced, like everything has its own purpose. And I'm going to leave it at that. This is a short release, and I don't think there is that much I need to say. You have to listen to it for yourselves, especially if you're looking for a quite experimental and well developed and textured noise project. I'm pretty sure fans of noise and industrial music can be quite impressed to this, as I think it is easily one of the greatest projects in terms of sound design. It is superb and one of a kind, and this is an absolute must for noise fans. I'm going to give this EP an 8 plus out of 10. What's your opinion on this EP? Like it, dislike it, why, and what do you want me to review next time? Let me know down in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.